Wait a second. Wait a second. Is this some type of evil joke here? What is going on? The next video that you guys... The next video that you guys want me to watch is a Morphologis video. All right. Let's see what you guys are watching. Explicitly, you. Okay, I like the start of this one. All right. See, when Morph brings the music and shit, I'm down with that. This is what Morph needs to do more of. Like, see, this is the Morph style that I like. This is like when I dig Morph videos, this is how I dig Morph videos. So like for people that think I'm a Morph hater, for people that are like, they're wrong. Like people think all I do is hate on Morphologist. Oh, I'm just saying all negative things about Morphologist. You know, like there's plenty of negative things for me to say about Morphologist, but there's some positives too, right? And I'm digging, this is the style of Morphologist video that I dig. I like the music. I like the cuts. I like the editing here. This is actually what I like to see from Morphologist, really. Gamers. No. Like literally, my job here is to be analytical and to constructively and destructively criticize. That is my purpose for existence as DG360 is to constructively and deconstructively criticize. That is literally what I'm supposed to do here. And watch and have a good time with you guys. Now, this is what I like from Morphologists. So for people that say that I'm a Morph hater, I'm digging it so far. I'm digging it. See? Rational.
Pulling white-knuckle, butt-clenching 10G hard turns through buildings close enough to scrape the paint off my space hot rod is the kind of experience I thought I'd never get outside of a good science fiction flick. But it's something that happens every single day for members of Star Citizen's very own homegrown racing community, XGR.
God bless
and it's they and those like them that we have to thank for inspiring Thur Team's most criminally underrated new feature.
Oh, I'm sure he's a good guy. You know, I'm an asshole. Listen, it wouldn't be any fun. What's up, Anarchy? How you doing, dude? Notice this is Anarchy's new art director symbol here. He does a lot of the art here for the channel. Thank you so much, Anarchy. Love when you're here, dude. Super mod, also super artist for the channel. Thank you. Listen, I'm rational. Thank you so much, Bingo.
Racing, which isn't just a cool set of new locations, but an actual honest-to-Chris gameplay loop complete with 7 new, progressively more difficult tracks unlocked through the reputation system. And so in a moment, I'm going to take you through a comprehensive overview to explain exactly why it's a feature that you simply are not going to want to miss. And if by the end you think I did a good job and deserve it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to show your support. Just like you could also support me through checking out the sponsor of today's video, NordVPN. They now not only help to hide your IP from prying eyes, but go a step further.
No. I will never do this on the channel. I get why people do it. You know, hey, everybody needs to make money. Everybody's got their thing going on, but I will never, ever do this. Blood oath. I will never shill like this. And you know what? For people to do, I get it. But I'm making a blood oath to you that I will never do this. I will be purely supported by you and YouTube ads. Listen, I got to skip this. I can't deal with this right now. Hold on a second. Eventually, I'd love to just be supported by you guys and just get rid of the ads. I mean, that really would be my thing. Is he also, what is he also advertising here? What is it all, like, wow, how much ads do we have? Like in-game bullshit. Okay. All right. I got to here. Hold on a second. Boo! Listen, I hate when Linus does it. I hate when big I hate any time there's this. I get they're trying to do this and survive off this and make a living off this. I get that, you know. I am as well, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. Blood oath.
It's nordvpn.com/morphologis. And if none of this really works for you, you can always get your money back with their 30-day money-back guarantee.
Come on, back to the cool shit. Back to the cool shit. There we go. There we go.
For all of Star Citizen's development woes and delays, the game has, from the nearly very start, aimed to deliver an exciting flight experience, and I would argue very well has. After all, CIG knows just as well as any other development company that spaceships are the cornerstone of any self-respecting space game. And that's why one of the first things they did for backers is create a mode called Arena Commander, which included racing back in 2014. Since then, the flight model, though, has seen some improvements and changes to what we have today, which has enabled popular creators like Tarada to create incredible low-flying montages like this. Sadly, though, while the flight model has improved and evolved over the years, the Arena Commander racing mode never really did. In fact, it's pretty much the same as...
It's the same thing I say about Theaters of War. Why? Why even have Theaters of War? I mean, like, I get it for the testing, the necessity of the testing in a condensed area. Okay, you got me there on that argument. Okay, so I understand there's some validity to Theaters of War. But my stance has always been that the PU is Theaters of War. Can I get an amen on that?
Yes, sir. Can I get an amen? Yes.
Frankly, it's why you never see Sean Tracy talking about Theaters of War anymore. You know what I mean? What's up? What's up? How you doing? Thank you. Thank you. You guys are listening to some truth tonight. I'm dropping some truth bombs on you guys, and you guys are appreciating that. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Can I get an amen?
Thank you.
Yes.
Same way I think about this. Doesn't need to be there. XGR, they've already taken care of it. You know, like they've already made the PU their race course. That's all it needs to be. It's a waste of time. This is a waste of time. Okay, listen. There is something to be said about having just like this, right? Designed by Cloud Imperium. All right. Again, valid criticism, valid argument. But in the grand scheme of everything, I think it's better if they focus this in the PU. My take on it. Carbon Tail says, if you have played Battlefield or COD, you will know people will play the same map over and over if it is good. Right. Yes, a TDM or a capture the flag mode would be awesome when we have, right. I'm like, there is valid criticism for keeping these portions of game design in Star Citizen and expanding upon them. However, my point being that I feel like the people behind this that are creating this could also put their work into the PU and things could get done faster that way. You know, like, it's been slow. The execution in terms of marketing, in terms of sales, fantastic. I mean, we know that. We can see the numbers. They're ridiculously amazing in a bear market. I mean, they're killing it. They're killing it. Why is nobody saying that?
Yes, sir. Can I get an amen? Yes.
Again, you don't hear that from anybody. Like, again, something I have not heard of. This is like the second or third time tonight where I've said something I don't hear anybody else saying out there. And if God forbid you say that, God forbid you have the balls to say that, because then you're DG 360. And then people will say, oh, you're a white knight. But they don't understand the history. They don't understand where I've come from. They haven't seen me be a naysayer. I've gone through so many cycles of white knight and naysayer that I'm making these young cats look old. I'm older than they are. And these young boys, they're looking like big old bucks, 12-pointers, man. They just started. I've been doing this since 2014, for God's sake. 2014, I've been doing this since. I always love when people approach me and they think I don't know what's going on with the project. And I say to myself, what are you talking about? Like, you obviously have no history. You obviously don't understand OG in the space. You don't get it. I've heard all the different arguments and cycles 5 times over. I'm still here. There's very few of me out there. I'm going to tell you right now, the OGs that are still left from my day. It's Board Gamer, Super Mac Brothers. Nuba Fire came after me, but he's OG. You guys got some others that you know? What's Law of the West? Law of the West. I mean, there's a lot of OGSC content creators out there. Then you get all these young bucks coming into the game, and they've said everything that we already said. STL Youngblood, love Youngblood. Awesome. To this day, big fan STL. Did you execute? What's up, execute?
Yes, you're not gonna eat me. Yes.
I think you did, dude. I think you came in a little bit before me, like about a year or so. By the way, caught a little bit of the stream today. Awesome. If you don't know who Execute is, go check him out. My friend Info Runners, Execute on Info Runners. Awesome. I got his channel in the Twitch link below. Go over there and follow him. He's killing it right now. I'm super proud of Execute. He's doing a great job. Caught a little bit of that stream today. I thought you guys had an awesome talk. I should have said something, but I did catch a little bit of that before I had to help my friend out of a 10-foot snowdrift. It was pretty crazy. But anyhow, like I said, I think the focus personally, like all these racetracks that you're seeing happen naturally in the PU because of XGR, because of Atmo Esports, this is really where the racing's at. I'm glad that the racing is in the PU. There's a time and place for this. I get it. For people that just want to focus on dedicated, developed race courses, I get it. I just think that the time could be better spent from the developers that are working on this to slide it over into the PU. Oh, like I said, dude, all day today, I was like helping out my friend with a giant problem he had. He slid his Honda into a giant snowdrift, and I had to get a truck with a winch and help him out of it. Execute. Like, you know, so for people who say I'm an asshole, you're partially right. I'm there for my friends. I'm always there for my friends. And I told him, I'm like, dude, you're taking me away from my fam. You're taking me away from my audience. And he started laughing. Tony's a funny dude. You guys would like Tony. Maybe I'll have him on a podcast in the future. But I think I talk about him a little bit. I'm going to release a podcast for our VIP members next week. It'll be audio. And it's Christy and I just shooting the shit. And I think I'm going to call it DG at Night. I hope you guys like it. But like, I think I should do a little bit more this year, and it's nice. I like it because I'm a creative dude, and I'm going to get a little bit more creative this year, a little bit more. Also had a wonderful time talking with our friend Tripau, who's also a sponsor of the channel for Predator Mounts. I had a really good talk with him. He was super generous this morning. He was such a nice dude. He donated to the community, and he's helping me out with computer parts. DD Trades will eventually be back, Anarchy. I'm waiting for the bull market. In fact, if you go, this is off topic, by the way, but thank you everybody who's dealing with this right now, because you all want to talk about Star Citizen and gaming. But I have a channel called DG Trades. The last video I did was the peak. Look at that, Anarchy. Let me tell you something. I should have done a video about this. And I should have warned everybody. It's my bad on this. But the last video that I did on the channel was the day that the market top was. I think it was like November 11th. I stopped making videos after that. And I should have put a video out there that said, it's my own bad. It's my own bad. I'm booing myself. Booing myself. But I'm waiting till the bull market. It looks like we got a little bright patch here. Macro's still bad, but I'll tell you what, it's a good entry point. Not financial advice, but if you want to start DCAing, dollar cost averaging on cryptos and stocks, I'd say start real small right now. It's a great time to start. Great time. Very, very much shame. Oh, that's salad vibes. It gives me salad vibes as well, but I'm looking for this button here, Pepe. Thank you, Pepe. I'm shaming myself. Shame. Yes. Shame. Yes, thank you. Shame. Thank you, Chaos, for reminding me that I should shame myself. Okay, back to the video. Wow, Anarchy. Let me hold on a second. I got to applaud my buddy. I was buying slices. I was buying slices from 15 down to 8 on Sol, and I'm very happy right now, dude. I sold a little bit, right? Because I got to recoup the losses. But man, I'm positioned really nicely right now in Solana. I'm feeling pretty nice. Right now. Years. It's gonna be years down the road till I even sell it. Years. Don't you listen? I sold a little bit and it hurt me, but I had to get to the even point. When it comes to that, wait years. It's going to be not ears, Chrono, years. And you will be a very happy person. Just not financial advice,
As it was back in the day, and as a result,
DG, you're watching a game. You're watching a game video. You're watching Star Citizen, and you're talking about crypto. How dare you? How dare you speak your mind? How dare you try and have a good time and talk about things off topic? How dare you, DG? No, I love you guys that are sticking around for all of it. I love you guys.
the racing communities that started back in 2014 are all but gone. Thankfully, though, in recent years, the racing community has seen a bit of a resurgence, and that's probably thanks in no small part to the founding of the Extreme V Racing community by well-known elite dangerous refugees Osashis and Black Maze.
I love Osashis.
Actually, I've known about Black Maze for as long as I've probably been on YouTube. He was a fellow Space Engineers content creator way back in the day when I was. But it might not actually be that fair to call the XGR community a community, as they've put forward a Herculean effort to create a cohesive, engaging community of racing enthusiasts that resemble more a real-world official league than anything else. They've created a website that keeps track of members and helps them keep up to date with the latest XPG league-created tracks, complete with verified times from the game.
By the way, players are bringing content to the game. Like, this is all the time. I see the joke. I see that meme joke like, oh, you are the content, right? But you actually are the content. This is actually the content. This is what a sandbox, this is what an MMO is supposed to be. You get together with other people when you play games together. This is a concept that blows a lot of kiddos' minds. They don't understand where that came from because they were force-fed a narrative, a Disney narrative in early 2000 when the games... they got gamified into a Disney amalgam of push button smashing and auto targeting and no lifers. Like, it's just like the whole industry took a big giant poop when Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake first came out. The entire gaming industry dumbed itself down multitudes. Like, you know, before that, in the 90s, I know I sound old. But let me tell you the beauty of the 90s, man. The 90s were no holds barred chaos, danger, excitement. We didn't give a fuck. We had a blast. We had fun. I don't even think that people understand how cool an MMO is, because the MMO that we knew is not existing except for guess what game? The game I've been following since 2014. Why do you think I came to this title? I was waiting for something like this for 14 years. 14 long years I waited for something that could be a sandbox, that would give me gameplay that I love, right? When I hear people complain about, oh, no, we're not even close to being done yet, I laugh at them. I say, you motherfuckers, do you understand what it is that's trying to be built here? This is a game that's going to bring back the old school MMO. Do you fucking get it, you fucking kiddos? Do you even know what it is that you're missing? You know, they don't know what they're missing because they never, ever played it. They never played it. This is their first taste of it. Star Citizen is their first taste of what the MMO is. And for all the bitching and complaining that people do, some of it rational, some of it constructive, and some of it where people are holding people accountable where it needs to be held accountable. Granted, that content's out there. But for the most part, what I see are a bunch of whiny, bitchy kiddos that don't understand what an MMO is. They don't get it because they never, ever played it.
Game's best pilots. This is actually a recording of Shacknew's own race on the Snake Pit, which he currently holds the world record for. Seeing some of these top guys run these tracks is just insane. The community also hosts regular league events that they cover on Twitch and YouTube, where competitors race not just for bragging rights, but...
By the way, not saying that Morphologis is a whiny, bitchy kiddo. Just putting that out there as a disclaimer. I don't mean that. I'm not talking about him.
But for rewards like ships and even a physical trophy for their yearly Stanton Cup. Naturally, then, this eventually got the attention of the developers of Star Citizen over at Cloud Imperium Games, who have, in my opinion, rightly recognized the value in such well-organized community-run events and have made an effort to support it by working closely with XGR to make their tracks officially a part of the Star Citizen universe. It started back in 3.17, where it took the form of an experimental track called the Snake Pit, but now has expanded into a series of 7 progressively more difficult tracks crafted by CIG's EUPU, Sandbox 1, and M.
By the way, that's called progress. Just letting you guys understand that. That's actually called progress. I just had to make sure to define that.
MTL teams. Thanks, guys. You're doing a really good job. Those tracks are the Lorville Outskirts, the Icebreaker, the Kaplan Circuit, the Skyscraper, aka the XGR Club track, the Snake Pit, Yadar Valley, and Miner's Lament. I'll take you guys through each of them in a little bit and let you know what they're like. As I also alluded to though at the beginning of this video, it's more than just locations in 3.18. The update also brings in the introduction of racing missions, each of which has a series of 4 times ranked from bronze to platinum in order of difficulty for racers to master.
Good. Bringing racing into the PU, that's exactly what we were talking about. That's exactly what we want here.
Each track is unlocked through setting better times and gaining reputation with a new in-game race organization. If you want to compete yourself in-game, all you need to do is check your mission manager for the racing tab and find the first mission that's available.
Listen, here's what I want. What I want are races at Grim Hex with AI where you can gamble on them. This is the next step. This is the next step I see for racing. We're getting in baby phase right here where we're seeing racing enter the PU. For those not aware that are new to Star Citizen, the PU is the persistent universe. Okay. It's the finalized patch from the PTU, which is the persistent test universe where everything gets tested out. And then as bugs get ironed out and everything's seamless, and well, as seamless as it can be, it gets slid over to the PU, the persistent universe. The persistent universe is what most of us signed up for. The persistent universe is what I would say the hardcore gamers really signed up to Star Citizen for. Yes, Squadron 42 is going to be awesome. Yes, I think that the replayability is going to be off the charts as it was with Wing Commander. I think we're going to see the same thing with Squadron 42. But really, I think the hardcore gamers are here for the Pepe Le Pew, which is the PU. And it stinks in a wonderful way, Red. It stinks in a wonderful way.
Once you find it and accept the mission, it's going to take you to a starting location where you'll have to wait for a 10-second countdown, after which you're going to have to punch the accelerator to get through a series of timed waypoints that lead to a full lap where you'll be measured against 4 ranked times. Each placement yields greater UEC returns and reputation gain, which can be counted towards unlocking the next circuit. However, even if you don't place highly because you're just in a starter ship, don't sweat it. You can still head on over to the XGR community Discord and post your best times to compete against others flying the same ship class. And they even have some competitions where everybody needs to fly them in order to compete. So don't worry if that's what you're starting off with. I mean, I've even seen people run these tracks now with like a 600i. Here's Jim the Ninja from the Armco community.
You know what would be great is actually taking Astro Chronicles' idea, which is a guy who basically creates assets from the game. He created something I thought was so cool, which was a racing beacon. I think Luidgi remembers that particular moment in time where we watched the Astro Chronicles video, where he showed us an idea he had, which is why I love Astro Chronicles' channel. He literally theory crafts the shit out of things by designing things and giving Cloud Imperium ideas. I have talked to Donnie, who is a dev at Cloud Imperium, and I've impressed upon him how important it is to take this idea and run with it, which Astro Chronicles is perfectly fine with. This man wants his ideas to be put into the game. We've got a couple highlights from last week's stream that we're going to put on DG360 where he's I won't ruin it. I won't spoil it, but you're going to want to pay attention this upcoming week on the channel when we focus on what Astro Chronicles created, because it's rather funny. But I think one of his best ideas was the racing beacon. And basically it's an asset in game that you can contort the shape of, you can change the color. It's basically like an LED. Imagine a large LED light that you can contort into a shape like a hoop, and it's an asset that you can buy. It's a commodity. It's a manufactured good that you can buy in game and that you can place it anywhere, especially with persistence. Again, on this week's next week's highlights, you're gonna watch a video from last week we watched, which talks about 3.18 persistence, the testing of the persistence, which is absolutely phenomenal. This dude reminds me of Camural, and he put down an amazing video that showed him spawning like what, 20? Was it like 20 to 22 Pisces? And he kept spawning the Pisces to test the persistence. And he just landed Pisces at it. He made a conga line. He made a train of Pisces. He disconnected. He relogged back into the same shard. He came in. All the Pisces were there. He threw some fucking glow sticks all over the place. All the glow sticks were there. He put down some food. All the food was there. Persistence worked perfectly. At least in that instance. I don't know. There might be instances where it doesn't. Granted, we're an alpha. I know, I hate saying it. We are. But it was an absolutely brilliant test. That'll be on the channel next week.
Doing just that. He didn't finish, though. He hit the ground. It's also worth mentioning that the top ship for many of these tracks is the P52 Merlin, which is available for 135,000 AUEC in-game. You can earn that in like a couple of hours, so if you really want to get a top-tier racing ship, it's pretty accessible. Only problem is you need something to transport it, as it doesn't have a quantum drive. Other racing ships like...
Thank you, Captain, for bringing some action to the channel. It's been a while since I saw some action. I think it was 20 minutes ago since I saw some action, and we like that because it gives us satisfaction. Thank you. Over 4,000 followers officially on the channel. Thank you so much. Twitch is growing into something beautiful.
Like the one featured in this video are unfortunately unavailable for purchase on the website outside of major sales. However, you can find them in-game for quite a bit more money if you save up. Now, if you want to learn how to get better, you should definitely head on over to XGR, where you can learn from experts who just race all the time. But my novice opinion is that you should take it slow on your first pass. Set your speed limiter to below the red line so that you can make sure you can have full control on the turns. If you try going for it right away, you're very likely to hit a wall, and well, nobody wants to spend another 20 minutes just getting back to where they were before, so run it slow. That's really the best advice. But if you're ready to learn more, you can also sign up for some lessons over at XGR's community. So like I said, check the Discord.
See you, Chrono. I hope I see you tomorrow on the morning stream, bro. Thank you for
But what about the race
with us.
tracks? Which one is the hardest, and where should you start if you're brand new to racing? Well, when 318 goes live, that choice will be made for you, as they're going to put the easiest track as the first one you unlock, with each progressive one being more difficult. But as that's not yet decided at the time of the making of this video, I decided to sit down with some racers from the XGR community, as they're more experienced than me, to discuss which ones they thought were the least and most challenging. Special thanks to Dirk and Scuttle from XGR for being willing to help me film and talk to me about this topic. By the way,
like a big props to the men and women of XGR. Like their dedication and their ability to design these courses, pre-SIG involvement, by the way, and taking natural areas on planets and moons and making them race courses is bar none some of the coolest shit I've ever seen. This is what you can expect with XGR. Super professional. They're owning it up. They've made these awesome racetracks, cool circuits, cool tours, cool contests. I mean, they're really killing it right now. And like super applause right now to the men and women of XGR. This is why I signed up for Star Citizen, man. This is what I want. This is what I love watching. Luigi's
so let's begin with number 7, the least challenging of the lot, the Lorville Outskirts. Yeah, as the name suggests, it's located just next to the Lorville landing zone. It's a great location for new players who are likely to die multiple times learning the ropes of this winding track. Waypoints
Black
take
Maids
you
and
around a
Osashes I
series of
said
hairpin
hello.
turns and meandering chicanes through cranes and rock formations that ends in a straightaway right before one last 90-degree turn to the finish. Overall, it's a solid and entertaining track, with just enough narrow hazards to give you a taste of what it's like at the higher skill levels.
I've watched a couple of the
my
races.
Current personal
Really
best,
entertaining.
I'm
Highly
no
recommend.
expert here is a 135 set in my Misc Razor.
I love it.
Next
That's awesome,
is the
Luidgi.
Icebreaker,
That's awesome.
which is located on Microtech's moon Utopia.
This is why I love them. This is one of the many reasons I love XGR. They're naming the tracks. They've designed the tracks. Like, they're so amazing that the racers are getting on these and they're starting to learn the tracks, but they really need markers. Like, I think the cool thing that the Cloud Imperium stepped in and designed personal tracks for Atmo Esports, for XGR and other racing leagues out there, I think that's super awesome. But I think it needs to go a step further. I really think that Cloud Imperium needs to put these markers in from Astro Chronicles. If you guys don't know what they are, type in Star Citizen racing beacons on my channel. You'll see the video. It's such a great idea by him. It would be so simplistic to put in the game to design these things. It is really a great idea. Highly support my friend Astro Chronicles in this idea. And I really want to see him in the game because it would make things so much more simplistic for these racing leagues. They could literally buy these from the kiosks. How much ever they want to sell them for, it doesn't matter. You're going to see these racing leagues buy them up. You know, in the future, it's going to be great for the economy. And they're going to be able to place these markers wherever they want so they can designate where to go on the track. It is vitally important for the progression of the racing leagues. It just makes sense to me. Now, again, I don't hear other people talking about this. Again, it seems like everything good comes from the banana fountain.
Banana fountain.
It's a thing. It's really a thing.
Around a sprawling facility. It features a few sharp turns, but includes a lot of ground scraping chicanes and decreasing radius turns that can really get your blood pumping. I recommend that you fly this one in the day though, and with the canopy down if possible, as storms here can make visibility go to near zero. Personally, this is one of my favorites, and I want to go back to it to set some better times, but my current best is a 136.3 with again my Misc racing ship, the Razor. Next up, we've got the Kaplan Circuit, which is located just next to Orson's spaceport, which makes it a little bit more forgiving in terms of respawning than Icebreaker, but there are still a few points along this course that require a little bit more skill to navigate, like the tight slaloms below the main structure, sharp turns between narrow containers, and a series of tight chicanes and 90-degree turns near the end of the first straightaway that takes you along the top length of the construction facility. Novices will find themselves likely overshooting a lot of these checkpoints or even hitting buttresses if they're not careful to watch out for them. So
we'll watch that at the very end. Thank you,
take this one slow as well. I was able to set a time of 2:25 here in my P52. The Skyscraper or club track known over at XGR is a pretty cool looking track. It's set on the city planet of ArcCorp, and it's just a short flight from Area 18.
I like this.
It's also then a little forgiving for new racers, but don't let that fool you.
Again, for people who think I'm Morph haters, you're completely wrong. Like, I like what he's doing here. Like, this is a very well edited video. It's keeping me focused. It's sucking me in, and I think this is Morphologis' forte. Like, good music, good editing. Thank you, Anarchy. I think sometimes people don't take the time to realize that I'm just being very rational when I watch these videos. They get mad if I say anything bad because they can't handle it. Their feelings get overloaded. And it's like, I'm not bashing on people. Okay, there's moments where it's kind of fun. I'm being an a-hole. Granted. I mean, that's entertainment value, right? There's moments too, like with the last Morphologis video that we watched, I don't know when this is going to land on YouTube, where I can kind of see through everything and it's more clickety-clack. And that happens. That happens with Morphologis videos. I like this particular style of Morphologis video.
This track features a couple of really tight to thread through turns.
Yeah, I
with
think
one
so, Red.
very
I
lovingly
think
named
so.
the Great Filter
Thank you,
for its
Anarchy,
very
for that
sharp
subscription,
vertical
by the way, bro.
chicane that requires
Appreciate
you to go
the action.
inverted to hit it at top speed. In fact, all of the waypoints on this track are probably the game's most narrow, and so it still requires a very careful hand when navigating.
Love
I was
you,
able
bro.
to set a 1:11.26 here in my Razor after a few unsuccessful tries. Next
We know
is
all
the
about that
Snake
Limitless.
Pit,
We know,
located
dude.
on the Microtech moon of Clio. The Snake Pit was the first track
Them
introduced
clickety-clacks.
physically into Star Citizen as of last year in 3.17. It stands as one of the most challenging tracks on this list due to it being relatively small next to other tracks. It's got a lot of sharp, hairpin turns that take you just meters from overhanging cranes and mining equipment. My advice is to run this one slow at first and build up your confidence. Don't get overconfident.
No. Don't take his advice. Just all the way. All the way. Thrust it. Just go hard. Go hard. See what happens.
Though, because one slip up will have you resetting.
Don't
I was
worry.
finally
Don't worry
able to
about
set a 1 minute point.
Don't worry
here
about
on
it.
this Razor, which is actually quite a bit slower than the best times in the world.
Fast and hard.
Next is the Yadar Valley Circuit, located on the beloved moon of Crusader.
There's times that you go slow, and there's times you go slow and deep, and there's times where you go fast and hard. I say, just go for it. Just go for it. Just go for it.
Daymar. Yadar Valley is set in a Tatooine-esque sand wasteland, and its track is similar to that of the Snake Pit, in that it has a lot of tight hairpin turns, but the most difficult
Mix it up a
areas
little
are a
bit. You're
series
right,
of
Red.
deceptively tight chicanes that have you slamming into a cliffside if you're not careful. There's also a tight inverted turn after a long straightaway that follows with a series of tight chicanes that end in a hairpin that really mess players up. Mistakes here will have you spending quite a few minutes getting back to this location, so caution more than anything else is advised here while you build confidence. I was able to set a 119.81 here in my Razor after.
By the way, I had to look up what chicane meant, and I'm just going to tell my audience right now, that a chicane is a serpentine curve in a road, added by design rather than dictated by geography. Chicanes add extra turns and are used both in motor racing and the rest of it I can't read because Google just decided to cut it off. But I wanted to sound really smart there for a moment and tell you what a chicane actually was. The more you know. The more you know. This has been the more you know moment by DG360. You're welcome. You're welcome.
For quite a few tries. This is probably my favorite track next to the Icebreakers, so I'll probably be revisiting this quite a bit more in the future.
I
to try to
appreciate
set
you
some better
appreciating
times.
me. There's a lot of people
Last
out
but
there
not
that will
least, though,
hate
we
me for
arrive
that.
at the most
But the ones
difficult
who love
track
me for
on
that,
this list.
I love you.
And that's Miner's Lament. This track is located around 130 kilometers away from the favorite home of pirates, Grim Hex, which orbits in an asteroid belt above the Crusader moon of Yela. This track gets the top spot for most difficult for being located in a vacuum.
I should keep
While
it
most of the
simple. I
turns
really
here are
should.
relatively wide and easily navigable by less experienced pilots, the lack of atmosphere will have novices often overshooting turns or slamming into debris, stations, or rocks that are scattered about the area if they're not paying attention. Worse yet, the higher speeds mean a higher chance of blacking out in turns, which often leads to the death of the pilot. And so you're going to have to be really careful when making high G turns. Still, it's one of the most beautiful locations in Stanton when the sun rises on either side of Yela. It's a breathtaking circuit that will challenge even the most experienced racers, not even to mention the likelihood of being attacked by nearby player pirates and NPCs. I was able to set a time of 2:53.16 in my Razor after quite a few tries and deaths. There's this big debris with this center opening that you can fly through, which proves pretty challenging at high speed, so watch
Fucking
out
awesome.
for that one.
Oh my God, it's dead. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to the fam. Grab yourself a chicken suit, bro. We're partying it up here. What's up, Cabe? Welcome to the stream, dude. Listen, Yes, like we were having a debate about different types of morphologist videos. We just got one that we didn't like that was like more orgasmic and like I'm doing all this with everybody, every SC content creator, and let's all just have like an orgasm. And then we didn't like that video. But this video we do like. And you know, like there's a lot of people out there dead that think that I'm a morph hater, and I'm not. I'm just like a rational dude, and I just call it like I see it, right? I actually like this style of morph video, which is using more music, you know, editing things, focusing on the topic without, you know, like it's more entertaining for me, this style of video, and his architect videos, you know? Yeah. And Dead Leader, for those of you who don't know, we got famous people in the chat, by the way. Can we just get some applause for the famous people? Can we get an amen for DG360 helping out these guys?
Yes, sir. Can I get an amen? Yes.
Listen, I watched Dead Leader's video about elevators a week ago, and you know, I didn't agree with everything he said, but I thought the way he produced the content and he edited it was super professional. And while there were some points I didn't agree with him with, I dig the guy's content. I like Dead Leader's content. Void Dude is here right now. I love Void Dude's content. Super original. Keeps you entertained, keeps you focused, keeps you in the video, and I just love helping out these guys because they deserve a lot more credit. So definitely go over to Dead Leader's channel. Definitely go over to Void Dude's channel. I love these dudes. I will always help you guys out. You know, the thing is the YouTube algorithm is set against you, and unfortunately, you guys are about 10 years late to the party. And the YouTube algorithm just will continually shit on you guys. They won't show you the preferential treatment of a morphologist or a board gamer. They're just going to show you their foot up your ass. And that's where DG360 comes in to help you out and take that foot literally out of your ass. Can I get an amen?
Yes, sir. Can I get an amen? Yes.
I am now dubbing DG360 the taking the foot out of the new YouTubers' asses channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You did, Dad, because you make great content, and we're going to help you become even more than you are right now. If you can even believe it, tomorrow you will look at yourself in the mirror and you will know that you have that DG360 support, and you will look yourself in your own eyes and you will say, self, I can't believe what's happening here. I can't believe it. Welcome, Stead Muffin. Welcome to the channel. Grab your chicken soup and join the party. We're having a fun after night party. Is it after night yet? No, it's still night. Right, Pepe? Is it still night? Damn it. I can never get that part right.
Overall, then, this new racing gameplay loop has got me really excited for 318
This
Live.
is getting
It's given me
culty,
another
says Dad.
solid reason
Welcome
to
to
pop
the
back
cult.
into the universe so I can get better times than I had before. Saji really hit it home with this one, and I'm eager to see what they do to fill this feature out in the future. In my opinion, I'd like to see a few things come in the next iteration of this, like adding spawn points and ship terminals near the racetracks to make it a little easier for players to get back
Come
into
to the right
action.
place, Muffin.
The addition of some clearer UI element gates so that you know where you need to go and the direction you need to fly, a ranking system that's recorded automatically in-game so you can see what your times are like next to your friends, and even some rep rewards like racing ships and paints at the higher levels to really get us motivated to rank up. Maybe some of those rewards could be extra special if you place platinum for all 7 of the tracks, like a skin that says Pro Stanton Racer or something.
Absolutely.
It also seems a prime location
Absolutely.
to introduce some actual flight suits that help players stop from blacking out.
I hope you're getting
But
visuals
there
right
you
now,
have
Red.
it. 7 tracks ranked in difficulty for you to master around the Stanton
That's
system,
the
as well as
after-party
how you can get
stamina.
started.
Right,
I was
Luidgi?
able to eke out a full platinum tour myself, and I'm eager to get back in there to set some more
yeah.
times so that I can actually get onto some world ranking.
Wait.
But what are-
Anarchy, are you doing the Kool-Aid oh yeah, or are you doing the snap into a Slim Jim? Which oh yeah are you referring to? Because there's a couple oh yeahs out there, and those are the 2 that I'm thinking of right now. Can we? Of course, old school. That's why I love you, dude. This is Anarchy. This is why you're a mod. This is why you're a mod. This is why the man is a mod. He's on my brainwave. He's been on my brainwave since what year? What year was it we met, dude? It was like 2000 and was it 2000? It had to be like in the 1900s, dude. Had to be way back in the 1900s. I think we met.
are your best times? Let me know down below if you've set
when
something
we were wearing
better than
armor,
me.
dude.
I'm sure you have.
Dude, it was back in the day when we wore armor, you know, and we had maces. Well, actually, you had the mace. I had a sweet ass broadsword, which I know you were jealous of it. I know you always wanted the broadsword, dude, and that's why I gave you one. That's why, like right now, look, see, there it is, dude. It's yours now. It's yours to do with what you will. Just be careful. Just be careful with it. Just be careful.
Because I'm not that great, but I still want to see what kind of times you guys are putting out. I also want to give a special thanks to Black Maze from the XGR community for helping me fill in some of the gaps here on learning about XGR, and Durk and Scuttle from the XGR.
When you ask what dinosaur that I would ride, Muffin, the thing is I always wonder if I'd be more of a velociraptor, kind of like, you know, essentially like a dinosaur rider that would pick a dinosaur that would be vicious, voracious, have claws and teeth, and be like horse or larger size, or would I just go balls to the wall brontosaurus? Like, would I just go? I think I much more prefer brontosaurus rider. They get Calamity. Dino has to have lasers. right, Calamity. Absolutely. Yes, you can. Thank you for that subscription, bro. Resubscription, 6 months. Calamity. You're impressing me, bro. Calamity stating that he would only ride dinosaurs with freaking laser beams attached to their heads. And I would say that mine would have to. And I think I'm going Brontosaurus rider. It's a really good question. Really good questions here. I'd want to be able to spin my... That's between you and your dinosaur, Dead. That's between you and your dinosaur, dude.
Our community who were very generous in helping me film some of the sexy racing shots you saw in this video. And also, of course, my own Armco communities, Jim the Ninja, Ishtaunt, and Forgeworth, and everybody else from the community who's helped make this video possible. Be sure then to check out XGR's community.
Listen. I love XGR. Like I said, Luidgi, who's watching right now live, is a member of XGR. Love Black Maze, love Osashius, love what the XGR community and the Racing League is doing for the game. Keep it up. Love it. Love it. And by the way, I dug this Morphologis video. For people that say I just hate on Morphologis, nah, I'm just being rational about the A2 bombing incident. I'm just being rational about no progress being made in 2022. I'm just being a rational dude. Like, call me crazy that I think he's wrong about that stuff. I'm just a guy with 16,000 subscribers. He's a guy with like 200,000. Obviously, he has more support, right? But the quality of the support is important. I mean, that's what she said. That's what she said.